Hello again. This is Cassandra Johnson Landry. Another segment I wanted to do for you today was regarding the multi-billion-dollar lawsuit regarding the mortgage fraud, including the failure for valuable consideration, issues with securitizations, issues with fraudulent conveyances. But I wanted to talk to you, for those of you who are creditors and victims, however you classify yourself, I wanted to talk to you about how the good old boys of the system retaliates. These are the things that they actually do to cover up their mess. They would actually plant people around you, like your neighbors. Yes, and it's so interesting because people think that I gather all of my research offline. No, that's not where, because I have firsthand knowledge and actual proof. I have affidavits and things, and you have to be very connected. So they will plant people in your neighborhood to spy on you. And, and I knew that this was like one of their key actions, because they need someone close to you. The first thing you do is you take everyone that was normally in your loop. You pull yourself out of that circle, because, no one's to ever be trusted on any levels at all. Okay. Pay attention to the changes in your surroundings. I have one neighbor. It's just so hilarious because, see, I access my internet from a different way. And you can see when they're accessing their internet to see what you're on. And I go to sites and things, and I can see what they're doing. And, because I have certain programs on my computer, and I sit there and laugh, and I'll say, oh, hello, hackers, how are you hackers doing today? And it's just so hilarious because you can see the activity on the backside. But yes, I have neighbors to the right of me, in the front of me, to the left of me, in the back of me, that were planted here by the system or the group of the sociopaths, the boys, to monitor me, knowing my goings and comings. That's why I was hit. I was hit twice. I was in 2 car wrecks. I don't know if I told you. After I testified, thinking it was about my testimony for my client, but actually it was about them finding out that they had committed so much mortgage fraud against myself and my spouse. So I have a neighbor. My neighbors that are involved, they avoid me at all costs. I guess they're afraid that, I'm going to come and say something to them. Let me just give my neighbors a word of advice. You know who you are. I know what your role is. I know who you're connected to. Okay? Sometimes, you have people who think that if you're onto them, they'll go online, try to delete their information. You don't have to worry about deleting your information off the internet, because that's not how I get my information. You are a part of this. You are messing with a federal government process. You are a part of any type of deadly harmful actions towards my family, myself. You are connected to the break-ins. All this goes at the criminal. If I were you, given the stage of this level of corruption, what I'm putting out to the public and what's on file in the courts, and you know who you're connected to, I would either tell the truth via anonymous affidavit. I don't know how you're going to do it. You may want to consider moving, but we'll still find your location, okay, to subpoena you for court. And another thing is, I wouldn't try to avoid me. I think that is just so, wrong on all levels. Behavior says a lot. Another thing they'll do is they'll try to access your bank accounts illegally. Yes, they did. And the bank that's involved, the two entities, one was trying to verify something that has nothing to do with either and no consent was given. So now those banks will be receiving lawsuits as well. The FDIC reports are being made. They will see where your bank accounts are at. They'll do all types of crazy stuff on your account to make you look like you're not credible. I had to report all that. They even had someone show up at my house at 4 o'clock in the morning. And to repo a vehicle? I'm not. There was no vehicle to repo. None. And I know who that company is connected to because one of the neighbors that moved off the street is connected to an entity that utilizes that company. And mind you, the street is gated. And so that person was given the code. I don't know by who. I'm not saying it was by my previous neighbor, but great suspicion. And everybody that was planning on this street that moved in at the same time, they're all connected back to the ring. We have on this street so much mortgage fraud. I don't have neighbors in the front of me. I don't have neighbors to the right of me. People have moved out of their homes. They can't sell them. They have to lease them because their home was built by the same person. I guess it's financed by the same entity. Again, we don't have a mortgage loan. We didn't sign anything. There was no valuable consideration. The money was on the table. And with this being said, these individuals have left their homes. Can you believe that? So much fraud in one street. People have actually left their homes. They couldn't deal with it. They couldn't deal with it. These homes are sitting vacant. And if you're watching this, those of you involved, don't go and try to put people in these houses to make it look less suspicious. I know each house, and I have the evidence. Okay? Those people who moved in, and you moved into a home and you knew it was fraudulent, and you went and got a special type of warranty deed to cover that. Duh. So obvious, somebody had to help you maneuver. Those of you who are involved, if I were you guys, I would probably try to get out of here because things are going to get heated. Because again, we're taking full action. The system wants us to give up and get tired like a lot of people do. No, you will not mess with our hard work. You will not mess with our careers, our lives. You have attempted to disrupt it. Devil is a lie. You will not. You will not. Given I'm an African American, if I was the one that had done all this, you would have had me under prisons 5 times. But you think because you're in this arena, in this legal field, that you could just get away with stuff, or if you're connected to someone who put you here, who's they feel high on the food train. No one has power but God. He supersedes and overrules everything. And he's big. He's big. Again, for my neighbors, I know who you are. The banks, you're allowing people to access accounts, things of that nature. People access now credit bureaus. They would have your computer. They have your computer stolen out of your office, phones. They'll even put people in your office to work in your office to be plants for you. And you know what? It's so hilarious because in my office, I knew who they were. And you can do things, and they take the bait. I mean, it's just hilarious. People are just like so simple. So look for those things. Also, they will threaten your close or next to kin, you know, as Google voicemails and things like that. Just childish stuff. Again, for my neighbors, I feel bad you guys have taken a bite out of the poison apple for these individuals, and they're promising you something. Trust me, they will not deliver. They will not. And we are going to take our action because we do know who you are. Yes, you know, and it's really sad because apparently they thought that they were not on camera. Yes, and our home was broken into. Oh, yes. And we know who did it. Oh, yes. We have it. So, a word to the wise. Don't ever sell your soul to the devil to gain riches of the world. And as I always say, please don't come for myself nor my family again. Thank you and have a blessed day.